72 these days. It's 7,302 yards in its length. It features very slow colonial bent grass greens. Over here in the UK today, there's been lots of rain and hail. There was also rain down in Surrey over the weekend. The course will play long. The course will play very receptive. That's music to the ears of any Rory McIlroy supporter. The fact with McIlroy is, of course, he's number one of our predictor model. This is his 4th week straight of action. The defending champion, he's playing fantastic golf right now from tee to green. He has, of course, a huge chance. But there will be some challenges. That's no doubt there will be challenges to that crown. He finds Wentworth very claustrophobic, and that's the whole thing about the golf course. At 7,300 yards, it isn't long. Length doesn't defend this course. Swirling wind does. There's a little bit of breeze forecast. The trees defend this golf course. Fairly narrow golf holes and some really vicious bunkering around greens. That's the defence of this place. If you're inaccurate, especially with your approach, your second shots into the greens here, you do face some really tricky up and downs. But the real way to get around here and the real way to contend, it's all about the par 5s. And this week, it's going to be no different whatsoever. If you can get round the par 3s, par 4s, even par 1 under, something like that, and you can take apart the par 5s, you are going to seriously contend. Let me take you through some winners' prices. I'll work you back from Simon Cahn's crazy 200 to 1 victory in 2010. Luke Donald 15 to 2 in 2011. Luke Donald 8 to 1 in 2012. Matteo Manassero 66 to 1 in 2013, and last year Rory McIlroy at 14 to 1. 14 of the world's top 50 go this week. There's no Ian Poulter. There's no Louis Oosthuizen. There's also no Paul Casey, but most of the regular PGA Tour guys, European Tour guys, are certainly in play. I'll just highlight to you some very important bookmaker offers because, you know, BMW PGA Championship, it's taking all of the bookmakers' focus this week. Over in the PGA, on the PGA Tour, only 5 each way this week. The following bookmakers go 6 each way: Bet365, Betway, Stan James, Ladbrokes, Paddy Power, Sky Bet, Tote Sport, Bet Victor, and Betfred. And I keep highlighting this deal, especially if you're really supporting Rory McIlroy this week. Even someone of the ilk of Justin Rose, who's 11 to 1. 888 Sport, treble the odds for new customers on your first bet on any player at this week's BMW PGA Championship field event. You can have €10 or £10. Okay, so that makes Rory McIlroy, who's a 7 to 2 shout, 11 to 4. Yeah, tripling those odds looks quite attractive, doesn't it? There's absolutely no doubts about that. Okay, Paul's selections. He's going for Justin Rose, 3 points to win at 11 to 1 with 888 Sport. If there's one guy, and it's, you know, you look at Rory McIlroy last year, you look at Luke Donald, you look at both of Luke's wins. Take away Matteo Manassero. I think he had a couple of top 20s in his previous 4. 200 to 1 says all you need to know about Simon Cahn. Elite players, when they win here, they come here after having some real success out in America. McIlroy obviously fits, and so does Justin Rose. Second at Augusta. He then went on to win in New Orleans. The guy's playing fantastic golf from tee to green. And if you ask Justin Rose, and lots of interviews, you know, he's a local lad when he grew up. Winning his home event at Wentworth in Surrey is a real goal of his. And you think about it, 3 top 10 finishes here in his last 7 starts. If there's going to be one guy that gets close to Rory, puts him under pressure, and can give him all he needs, you know, 7 PGA Tour wins for Justin Rose, including the US Open. Rose is no mug. So Justin Rose, 3 points to win at 11 to 1 with 888 Sport. That's Paul's headline tip this week. On from the 2 big hitters, if you like. This guy really makes a lot of sense to me, and it obviously makes sense to Paul Williams. He was number 10 in our predictor model. Danny Willett, 1.5 points each way at 45 to 1 with Bet365. That's a price I'm quite incredulous with, really. think it through. You know, this guy was a quarter finalist. He was quarter finalist, semi-finalist. He was third in the world match play over in San Francisco. He's playing out of his skin. Tee to green has always been Willett's strength, accuracy, power, greens in regulation. He's putting fantastically well right now. You know, and he's right up there in the race to Dubai, and following people that are near the top of that isn't a bad strategy around Wentworth. So Danny Willett, 1.5 points each way at 45-1. That to me is an exceptional bet. Fifth on debut here in 2010. I can actually remember following Willett around the course on the Friday when he was in 2010. You could just tell he absolutely thrived on the golf course. So Danny Willett, 1.5 points each way at 45-1 with Bet365. Then some mid prices here. All guys in decent form. Richie Ramsey, a point each way at 66-1 with Betfair. Look at, he's a form animal right now. 1st, 11th, 7th and 5th. And when Ramsey's in these clusters of forms, he does pull together a number of contending performances. He was 9th here in 2013. And again, accurate, very, very good approach shot player right now. Decent greens in regulation, and he's putting, which often lets him down. But bent grass greens, if he's putting around that 1.7 putts per green in regulation in terms of putting average, he's one to follow. Thomas Aitken, a point each way at 71 with Betfred. Paul tipped him off for the Spanish Open last week. Played well tee to green, but it all got to him a little bit. He comes into it completely under the radar. But listen to this, 10th in 2009, 7th in 2014. So Thomas Aitken, a point each way at 70-1. Again, tee to green excellence. And of course, Miguel Angel Jimenez. Paul's got a point each way, 80-1 with Ball Sports. Oh, Mig, you know, listen to this. 3 top 8 performances here prior to the renovation. And he was also 4th here 2 years ago. 2nd last week, Jimenez on a course where it's about precision, it's about finesse rather than brute power. Jimenez at 80-1 makes so much sense. And finally, 0.5 point each way. Remember Simon Khan at 200-1? It does occasionally happen. If you want a real course expert, a local based player that's got form around here and used to be in the world's top 50, Soren Kjeldsen. He's just showing signs recently of coming back to somewhere close to near to his best. Soren Kjeldsen, 0.5 point each way at 225-1 with Bet365. Does make sense from a long shot. So then you've got Jimenez, a point each way at 80-1 with Ball Sports. Thomas Aitken, a point each way at 70-1 with Betfred. Richie Ramsey, a point each way at 66-1 with Betfair Sportsbook. Danny Willett, 1.5 points each way at 45-1 with Bet365. And Justin Rose, 3 points to win, 11-1 with 888 Sport. That, my friends, is the BMW PGA Championship. Okay, across to the States. Going to have to rush through this, but then, of course, I always rush Paul's content, so let's rush my own this week. Top 10 in the predictor model. Paul Casey, 33-1 with Kohler at 10. Ian Poulter, 45-1 with Kohler at 9. David Toms, horse for course, 125-1 with Bet365 at 8. Martin Laird, 100-1 with Kohler at 7. Rory Sabatini, Mercurial, cannot read him at all, 125-1 with Coral at 6. Top 5, Ryan Palmer, 28-1 with Bet365. 4 is Jason Duffin, a great record here, a couple of seconds in the last 3 appearances, 90-1 with Betfred. 3 is Jimmy Walker, winner in Texas last time out, 20-1 with Stan James. 2, Zach Johnson, the absolute course maestro.